once you got to day 2, fizzled out. And that feels like it's going to keep being the theme for the format right now. There's Infernal Vessel, which is like,
oh my gosh, the card.
crazy.
The card's wild. We didn't see as much of, but a lot of these level 3 decks are siding it, especially Luxem is Tri-Castle. Tri-Castle literally just turns Razor Gale off.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Team True Podcast, a Grand Archive TCG podcast. I'm your host, Isaac. Joining with me today is Terry.
I'm here,
And
kind of.
very awake.
Yeah.
And Caben as well.
He's very awake.
He's
Sorry,
very
no, I
awake.
am actually
He's
very
here.
awake. I'm very
He's
excited for today. I was just looking up Ascent Manila Omnidex event. So
Yeah, sure. But that's exactly what we're talking about today. We're talking about the first Ascent of PTM.
Yeah. Before we even jump into it, I want to say this right out the gates, but this weekend, we have an incredible event over in the NA League Discord server. We have I know you guys have probably heard of it. We've talked about it a bunch, but I just want to bring it back up. We have the Red Stitch Playmat plus Win a Case event. It's an online webcam event. Oh, and Isaac, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, you're about to see it again. This insane mat. I want it so bad. It looks so sick. The silver metallic really accents the red. Looks amazing. Really excited to send that to somebody. Hopefully it makes it to a really good home. But yeah, you can buy tickets right on our website, truechampiongaming.com/store, or just go to the website, go to the store tab, and you can get your ticket there. It's going to be happening over on our Discord, and all of the information is on our website underneath that ticket. So if you haven't yet and you guys are interested in, you got excited from Manila, saw some sweet decks, maybe they didn't show the deck that you want to showcase, come on out, have some fun.
Also, it is a guaranteed AMB case, first ed as well. So you can get some CSRs to pull for Fluffy Shopkeep redemptions. But yeah, so it's a guaranteed case payout, and then also the Red Stitch playmat on top. Yeah. And we only have like 10 signups right now, which is wild.
I feel like if it was a altar case, people would be even more excited.
AMB altar. Oh, for like the new cards? Yeah, sure. I guess that's fair.
It's because it's not out yet.
Yeah.
We got the secret hookups, bro.
But I mean, CSRs from AMB are nice to try to pull right now because a lot of people are looking for them for the Fluffy Shopkeep stuff. So, but yeah, like it's crazy low attendance right now. So hopefully we get some numbers and get some support for the Discord. And
it's gonna be hype.
Yeah, definitely come out, do that. Link in the
prizing.
description.
Yeah, and we're not playing, unfortunately. I wish we were playing.
Yeah, we're not playing.
Yeah, we're vibing and or judging or helping out or whatever it might be.
Yep.
Looking forward to that. It's gonna be exciting. We're gonna have more events also in the future, not just that one. It's not gonna be our only event.
And I know a lot of people, we had talked a little bit about that mat being. We're not sure what it's worth. It's very unique and it's very rare.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out there right now for whoever wins that event. I'll put a bounty out on it for $250 cash right now.
Yeah.
And I know that's low.
Yeah,
so someone else will offer you more, but right now, guarantee, hit me up after the event. Done.
Well,
Easy.
like an AMB case is like 450-ish, I think. And then 250 for the mat.
Yeah.
So that's $700 already in just those prizings.
Yeah,
We have other prizing being given away, a bunch of event packs and stuff like that. So for what the attendance is right now, that is wild.
Yeah.
Is it Top Cut? Or sorry, is there a Top Cut?
There's no top
Okay,
cut.
no online.
No events at the moment are ever being planned to have top cut.
Okay.
Regionals don't even have top cut, so we're just not going to do top cut for events.
Yeah,
cool.
But yeah, so it's crazy prizing. Like I built that prize structure to be fair for like 40-ish people or something like that. So like we're at a quarter of what is like worth it.
Yeah.
So super good for a player right now to join in.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. It'll be fun, and hopefully we get more.
We got our new studio set up too.
We have a little more stuff. You got some.
Slowly but surely.
All one of those are all mine. I have one of each of the SP boxes.
Oh, nice.
Because
That's cool.
I wanted to keep those, and then of
Some
course
trophies.
Blissful Calling.
Blissful Calling Sylvie graded. What was her grading on that?
This card is extra lucky.
Oh,
for
there you go.
When you go searching for the top 5.
That's so
Ooh,
good.
that's actually so cool. Yeah.
So good. We've got a bunch of artists from the Grand Archive community, and they're working here, which is really cool. We've got Crafted Archive. We've got the Guoja. We've got the Storm Slime back there. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. There's some really cool stuff.
Anyway,
Yeah.
PTM.
Yeah, let's talk about what people are
Ascent
here
Manila.
for, right? This is how you do your taxes, okay? Oh, sorry.
No, please.
This is what we're here for today,
I
guys.
didn't hear about that one, actually.
They talked about taxes so much on the stream.
Did they
you guys
really?
hear that? Like so many times it came up because they were making jokes about like vanity taxes and like some other ones too, and I'm just like, they just came up like 4 times.
For it being this time of the year, I was expecting a lot more taxes. But there was not as many Vanitas players as I thought there'd be.
How many made day 2? Because I feel like it was only a couple. Like one. I saw one.
I think.
I'm pretty sure it was one.
And I saw one, and I wasn't sure if I missed like one. But yeah, there was one Vanny. There was one Norm Rye.
Yeah,
who
started off on stream in day 2, had to win all 4, and won his stream match.
Yeah,
so that was really hype, and I was like ready to root for him the whole way. And then I think he lost his next round, unfortunately.
Yeah, he ended
8-5.
8-5. Okay, yeah. So and started the day 6-3. So 1-2, lost 2.
It was
a solid showing,
It was a cool deck.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that he got to play on stream and show off the power of Arcane Sight, Lineage release. Like that was really cool.
I've been messing around with the list, and I was like, what other Arcane cards can I play that I want to actually play without winning the game? And obviously, Disposition is really good too, because you can just go Arcane Sight into Disposition or Disposition into another Disposition, and then play something after, and then you get rid of those.
Yeah.
And that's obviously really nice.
Speaking of other cool decks on stream, did you guys happen to catch Sue's Fire Aggro CL?
Yeah, so actually I was really excited to see that on stream again, because Fire Aggro CL is actually a deck that I've personally tried to build a few times. You guys know that.
Yeah.
I've came over and been like, I don't think this is very good, but we'll try it. And then it's not very good. So I have built some very bad Fire Aggro CL decks. And so it was really cool to see their list. And when I was looking over it, I was like, not very impressed. And then I saw the gameplay and I was like, that's pretty good.
It felt like I was watching our Worlds list a little bit, like how aggressive it was with the allies and these like all-in attacks.
Yeah.
We don't get the bonus. Obviously, the coolest thing about CL, other than the slight bonus to attack from your omens that you randomly just put in there, right, is that your impact hammer swings for 3, which is wild.
Well, we've seen Guardian Tony Fire Aggro before at like Ascent New Zealand, whatever. I don't remember which one, a long time ago.
Do you know by who?
I know the guy.
James and Geo, right?
Yeah.
How'd that work out for him?
They did.
James did well. He topped.
He got day 2.
Yeah, I thought he topped 8.
No, we have never seen a Fire Aggro Guardian top 8 before.
Okay. I was hoping when I saw this one just like shred that match, I was like, oh, wait a second.
But so we've seen this kind of deck abuse the actual +1 from the impact hammer and stuff. But it was very cool to see how they played on stream and how they put it together. Granted, they did play against a CL player that I know is a good player.
Yeah.
He's recognizable in the community, but he did choose a little bit of greedy lines.
He underestimated the damage output a lot.
Which I'm not faulting him for.
No, it's
because
crazy.
I was watching and thinking, there's no way they die here.
Yeah.
And then he did, you know? So, the match was a little interesting because it was just greedy player plays against Fire Aggro that underestimated the damage output and misses, but so it would have been cool to see a little bit more showcasing in that match, but it did showcase if your opponent is greedy,
how aggressive Fire Aggro can be.
People don't know how to play against Fire Aggro Guardian, and that's fair. He probably just didn't know the damage output. I didn't know the damage output, and I've tried to build that deck before. You play against Fire Aggro Xander, you can kind of figure out how much damage they can do. Same for KFC, all that kind of stuff, right? These ones that you're familiar with. Fire Aetherwing Diana made day 2.
Yeah.
I have tested against you. You've been piloting that a little bit. I've played probably 5 or 6 matches against you. I still don't know what your damage output is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I'm safe.
12 is the magic number, I think, in that deck all the time.
Yeah.
Because when they combo you, usually, and this is not including their burn damage. This is just their attack, right? Because if you count their attack plus Blazing Throw, is what I always think. It's 8 and 4.
Yeah.
So it's or if they're not distant, which they usually are, then 7 and 4. But I assume it's 12. And then if they have at least one burn spell on top of that,
which they usually do.
You're looking at 14, 15, 18.
Yeah. I think 18 is the most. Well, it's probably not the most, but
it's pretty close.
Is the highest you can get without completely high rolling.
Yeah.
Because the deck is pretty consistently, you can do a turn 2 anywhere between turn 2 in general, or close to 14, like you're saying. But if you want like a high roll, then I feel like it's like 18.
Yeah, it's just very, very volatile. If you run against someone with a Fracturized or a Reduced Ash, GG. Yeah. But speaking of cards not really in the format, Fracturized and Reduced Ash. Yeah. So
I was expecting after round 1, or was it round 1 with Genbu?
Yeah,
it was round 1.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Genbu's looking good. Yeah, Water's actually looking pretty solid, especially with some of the new cards. Really, really powerful. But then we didn't see
Syria and Tristan are the best decks in format from that event. So
did we see a lot of Lantern even? I feel like it even get like I don't think we saw a lot of Lantern, which
I don't think so.
Really
Sensors
scary
everywhere.
Yeah, sensors everywhere, but like no Lantern, which is I feel like even scarier.
Yeah,
that Genbu is still losing because like before it was like you only needed one or the like you needed both of them to combat him, but now you're like maybe one or the other. Issue, now it's just sensor.
I think for Genbu right now, and this is a big reason why I wouldn't play Genbu right now. Is Genbu has to be built to the meta, right? You have to build your tech. The deck is very like it builds itself. But you do have quite a bit of room for flexing, especially
there's
in the
a lot of options.
Exactly, especially in like your floating memory package and like which ones you want to use. And I think that it's actually insane. The like 2 fork in the road of the type of decks that there were. There were these incredibly like mid-range lists, Tristan's. Okay, mid-range control if you count like Luxa, Merlin, all these like level 3. Either value or late game engine decks. And then there were so many fire aggro, incredibly aggressive decks. And so you had 2 very different spectrums. And if it was like really leaning towards one of those, Genbu can fight really well.
Yeah, especially now that they have that generic water float heal 3.
Yeah.
Because Genbu used to struggle against aggro sometimes for sure.
That definitely helps.
But if you're throwing that in the list, that's going to be very good.
Unfortunately, I think anti-heal might have been the most played thing in the freaking meta.
Anti-recovery and graveyard hate.
Yeah. There's a lot of that just like inherently in these decks.
You don't
floating memory.
You don't need Lantern for Genbu anymore if you're going Sensor and Thurible. Because if you do a big early Thurible, Genbu has to completely reset up because they can't now do their Polar Depths for 7 in the mid game to like help them get that push or something. They're like, oh yeah, no, I got to start from scratch. So that's really rough. And then Topsy Decree, the breakout card of the event. A card that we definitely undervalued at first. I think, like in spoiler season, we spoiled the card and we were very excited for it. We thought it was very good.
Yeah.
I did not realize how format defining this card is. I think that this is the card that is impacting the format the most. Like Lost Providence is as well because it is what is making these level 3 decks like so viable. But like it's more of there's cards that allowed certain decks to be played more, but Topsy is what is like defining the meta because it is going to change how you have to build your level 3 decks. Because as someone that's like been building a lot of like level 3 CL, for example, and stuff, like I'm so scared to go floating memory because I go, whatever, fast cure end step, and you just go, okay, cool, that resolves Topsy Decree. So now the floating memory that I ditched out of my hand for no reason, and if they also imbue it and ditch another card,
that's the
now
thing,
now I've literally gone -2 for your -1, and I'm 4 cards if I'm Serene Spirit, 4 cards going into my first turn or like first materialization.
Yeah,
I'm done for. Like so it is pretty scary. I think that card's really format defining. I don't think it is broken. I think it's a really strong card and it's going to impact the meta, but I don't think this is like something that's ban worthy or like just every deck should be playing 4 or something like that.
I think it really, really helps fight against incredibly greedy decks.
Yeah.
I think it just like inherently does that.
What's funny? I kind of want Ryle back.
Bring it back.
with Topsy in the meta.
Yeah.
Because see how it fights it.
Yeah, because someone goes Ryle, discard 2, and you go Topsy.
Yeah.
And eat those 2.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of insane.
Like, you get rid of that, so they're not gonna plus. They still net even.
Well, then you also rip a card.
But then you rip a card. Yeah.
To be fair, like Ryle was in the meta without Thurible and dominated, right? It was oppressive.
Yeah.
And then they gave us Thurible and Series 1, you know, like, and then, now if we have Topsy as well and some of these other cards to just, it could be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the things we mentioned a lot of the times was we needed a fast graveyard hate reaction if Ryle's going to be in the meta. Like when Ryle was, we're like, if honestly we just had something that was like fast raccoons, we'd be fine. Yeah. And that's exactly what this card is.
Literally what it is. But what's broken is that even though it's amazing against these greedy decks, it's great at shutting down like graveyard combo, all this kind of stuff. At worst, it's Coronation Ceremony.
Yeah, exactly.
It is literally just a power crept Coronation Ceremony, which, like, I guess it can't be reduced if you're targeting a unique ally, which is what Coronation Ceremony does, or if you control unique ally Coronation.
Yeah, I gotta look that card up again.
I don't know. So sorry, I zoned out on your last explanation.
There's some effect of Coronation Ceremony that can make it cheaper that didn't come up.
If it targets a unique unit or unique ally.
I think you might just have to control one.
No, I think it's if it targets it. Okay. Because I don't think you can. Because I don't think
this card costs 2 less if you target a unique ally.
Okay. So 98% of the time that you're playing a Coronation Ceremony, you weren't using that effect. So this is literally just a power crept Coronation Ceremony, which saw play during like Fractal meta and stuff because Spell Shroud was relevant. And guess what's relevant right now? Spell Shroud. Yeah. You have CL end step triggers with Foe Awakening and all that kind of stuff. You have
Siriu.
You have Normrai, you know.
Normrai.
But like for real, like there are like Astra, right? Astra's like going around right now too. Actually,
although we didn't see it.
Did any day two?
I don't think we saw.
No, a lot of very, very, very good players played it. And unfortunately, it is a very rough meta for Astra right now.
I was really surprised.
Well, I mean,
I don't think I saw one.
Topsy Decree is a busted card against Arasana because if they go for a turn 1 Gentle or something, or a Fast Cure or whatever, you get rid of it. Or late game, you use Topsy to stop a Cosmic Bolt.
Yeah, none of them day 2'd. But I do not believe.
That's wild.
So yeah, Topsy's just like crazy because at worst it's Coronation Ceremony, which has been a meta relevant card before. And at best, it gives you the protection of Coronation Ceremony, or you can use it to dramatically mess up your opponent. Yeah. Like it can end a game on turn 1 sometimes. It feels like.
What do you guys think?
But I still don't think it's broken.
Outside of what do you think are the top 3 most sideboarded cards? Thank you, Fractal of Insight.
I know one card that should have been the number 1 top sideboarded card, which we're going to talk on our Patreon. Let's talk about it. So go check out that if you want to. But my guess would be Topsy, maybe.
Okay.
Because I feel like maybe some people go like 2 Topsy main or 1 Topsy main and like 2 in the side or something like that.
Regal?
You're saying so Topsy, Regal.
Maybe Regal. I feel like there was a decent amount of Regal.
Yeah.
And then one more.
Abnegation.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
One of those is correct. It was Regal. Regal is the number 1 most sideboard card.
Yeah.
Crystallized Destiny was the second.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense.
And then third was Orb of Sealing.
Wow. Yeah.
Over 25% of decks.
Okay, let's talk about CL. I think a lot of people...
Yeah, 25% of decks.
I think a lot of people thought Foe Awakening was going to make CL broken. And to be fair, it kind of does.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
But CL has... Honestly, I could literally do a podcast on CL. I've been playing a lot of PTM the past couple of weeks, or like week and a half. I've literally been playing like 8+ hours every day. Finally catching back up to where we used to be at. CL is super, super good. There's just a lot of ways to kill the deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, Orb of Sealing really hurts, especially if you're on the Baleful version.
Yeah.
Topsy even can hurt because if you're going in on these really greedy aggro kill lines with like few and trying to be like, okay, you know, I'm going to discard all my influence. I'm going to kill you with this few, bam, bam, lineage release, whatever, pop, Lost Providence, swap with maximum armor, hit you from 2 with that, and then do another few. Yeah, that's crazy. That's broken. But then your opponent just goes, okay, Spell Shroud.
Yeah.
You can't target me. Yeah, it's unpreventable damage, but you can't hit me. Yeah. If neither one of us have units on the board, you're actually going to hit yourself now. Yeah. And you have no influence. So it doesn't matter who you hit. If I'm not dying, I'm going to win because you have 0 influence. So yeah, CL is like, and also Topsy, if you hit 1 float in their graveyard, Topsy hitting any other card is really good as well. So you don't even have to imbue it against them. Because like if you just unimbue it and hit 2 cards from your graveyard, when they do like creative discard Gentle or something like that, you've gotten rid of the card that they would have omened now and their float that they needed for their level 1. So now they have to lose a resource to go to level 1 and also play a card to get an omen. And so yeah, if Topsy hurts CL a lot, aggro, I think, hurts CL, which we saw a lot of aggro. And then, everyone's siding Orb of Sealing, which hurts CL too. So it pains me to say, but...
And so does Siryu.
Yeah, and Siryu just hurts CL as well. Yes. Siryu's, I am shocked it didn't do better in the event. And that's crazy because didn't it win or got second? Yeah, it got second. And I still feel like we should have saw more Siryus in top 8.
It was the most played deck.
It was. Okay, that's good
to
know.
Sorry. In day 2 is the most is the deck that made 29 Siryus in the entire event. 12 made day 2.
Oh, okay. It did do well.
Highest representation in day 2.
I frankly expected 3 or 4 top 8. So that's
played
why I was
deck was Umbra Guardian.
Wow. And none in top 8.
9.
Oh, none in top 8, and they're all pretty low in day 2.
Yeah, 9 in day 2.
There's one that got 14th, and then I think there's one more that's 22nd.
It'll be interesting to see CL's future, because if you look at this tournament, you're like, okay, CL was the most played deck, and it didn't do that well, like realistically. So it shouldn't do well in London. But if people stop siding Orb of Sealing for the Baleful decks, Baleful could start doing really well. Or if we just see a drop off in aggro, because Tristan and Siryu, in my opinion, are the best decks right now if you look at how this event went. And they can both side Calming Breeze and just have more like generic, Siryu just levels up against aggro. So they just like have a bigger health pool faster, which is hard for aggro to deal with. So technically you should probably see a fall off of aggro and also Orb of Sealing coming out of sideboards a little bit. So maybe CL does do a little bit better.
Shadow Strike,
but we'll
Tristan
see.
had the best win rates.
Conversion rates?
Yeah.
Win rates. Okay.
Yeah, against every deck. Like Umbra Guardian was like 50-50, Crux 60%, Fire Aggro 57, Sirius 64, Aether Wing 66, Luxum 62.
Wow.
So
did work.
Yeah.
It's a good deck. It's always been a good deck. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those, I was just having a conversation with somebody that were like, I'm going to die on this hill. I think that Tristan is a problem. That's what they were saying. Not me. But that's what they were saying. And, we had a good conversation about it. They just feel like no matter what happens, no matter what cards get printed, the deck's just like the play style, what it is, will always just inherently get stronger, get more and more support, and it doesn't need to change its game plan. It has an incredibly potent linear game plan with some of the best interaction in the game.
I mean, I can understand that, because I think Tristan and old Fire Merlin have been the most consistent good decks since their original releases. However, Tristan is the first deck that has had 2 Silver Bullet cards printed for them. We've never really had that before. So now we have Staggering Strike.
Cursebreaker Diana.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but also I'm not going to accept that. But yeah, I mean, you have Staggering Strike and Stolen Chance. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I remember that. Stolen Chance, I think.
I thought it was Stolen something.
I think it's Stolen Chance.
I know the card.
I'm proud of myself for remembering that one.
He's going to look it up. It's going to be called, like, Stay at Home. Completely different. And
I know it's Stolen something. I kept thinking Stolen Paradise. Stolen Chance, yeah.
Whoa,
let's go.
I was thinking
I'll take card names for 600, Isaac.
No.
But, I mean, obviously, if you need to sideboard 8 cards to deal with the deck, then it is a problem. So, like, I'm not saying just because the Silver Bullets exist, it doesn't mean Tristan's not a problem. Yeah. But I don't think we'll get to this point where Tristan's just a tier 0 deck and there's nothing you can do about it. If Tristan's ever bullying a format, there are 8 cards that you can sideboard against them, and you should be okay with that.
Yeah. And they're good cards, too.
I am happy to sideboard all of these. Yeah. Yes. I am a little shocked that Stolen Chance wasn't more sided.
You know what's funny? How many? Because like some decks play stuff like give them prep counters.
Yeah.
But like you just don't mark them. Now make sure your opponent marks them, because if you happen to have that card in your deck, Because like I always think of Genbu. Yeah, they do conniving schemes or whatever. Plans. You get a prep counter from that. Well, you should make sure they get that CG if you happen to have that card in your deck, and just
eat it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
for when you main board. Stolen Chance, because honestly, maybe
it might happen one of these days.
I mean, if New Merlin pops off too, it's also really funny to do against like Fire Aggro.
Yeah, I mean, or
Luxum even. Like they get the prep counter in the wreck, you're like, take that, so you can't like make your
Merc Blade,
and then blow it up with Return to the Archive.
Stolen Chance has a lot of play because it does replace itself if you do remove that prep counter. So it's different from Staggering, where yes, it removes less prep counters, but you don't lose the card, and it's kind of harder to stop. Like, are they going to in-cap that? You're kind of okay with that, probably. Yeah. But Staggering Strike can obviously be like, Asins might get in your way, or a Veiling Breeze, or whatever, Calming Breeze if you're not pairing it with.
If they're on any kind of protection, because now the Tristan list, one of them, the top 8 by Hanky, I believe his didn't run any.
Well, that's why Staggering is kind of an issue though, because if you're not a character that can, or if you're not a deck that can do attack damage, like in addition to it with a sword or something, if you try to Staggering for 3, they might side in Calming Breeze, which stops 3 or less.
A lot of them are playing Hankies. I don't think was that the
I
card
don't know if Hanky plays any. I don't know on the side, but
I think a lot of them played in the side.
The guy who won played 3 or 4 in the main.
Oh, did he?
And then he also played Veiling Breeze. So he played like 6.
So he was on the wind.
Yes.
Most of them were. Hanky was one of the few people that weren't on a Fairy Whispers Veiling package. But so Staggering's like kind of easier to stop in a way, and then also like definitely more targeted towards Tristan, obviously. But Stolen Chance, you can really disrupt Tristan because you don't have to let them know that you're going to remove prep counters. So if they go level up to level 2, pick up a Sadie or whatever, like Surveil, like they go hands down trying to get their 4th prep counter to get that draw 2. You can just go, okay, Stolen Chance, remove it. You don't get your draw like you were banking on. And so now you're like kind of in disrupting them. And also just like chaining them back to back if you find them just is going to do the same thing as a Staggering Strike basically. And it's replacing itself. So it's a 1 cost as well. So it's not really costing you much tempo. But it has play against Fire Aggro Xander, like you said, and you only need to find one of them against them. It has play against New Merlin, which they don't generate a lot of prep counters either. So removing 1 or 2 throughout a game could actually matter. And then it also has a really good use against Fire Luxem Xander, which we saw a lot of it in Taipei, because what you do here is you let them level up into level 1. They gain a prep counter and glimpse 2. You let all of that resolve, and then in their wreck, you use Stolen Chance to take away their prep counter, because now they can't do bring out Mercblade and return to the archives, which is a very crucial part of their plan. And then if they go to level 2, they'll get it at that point. So they'll get 2 prep counters.
Use another one.
They can use 1 to bring back a card, and then now they would be able to do that. But the floating memory is a lot worse on their level 2 because they don't use float very often once they get to 3. And they're looking to Dungeon Guide to 3. So either you might have another one, like you said, to just mess them up again and not let them return to archives, or it kind of didn't matter that they got the float
also
at that
against
point.
Luxem, it's nice that once they start going Korhazi Insignia, where they put 3 down and get a prep counter. Now you like if they're just doing that just to put 3 down, you might draw those others in the late game. And
you'll be able to use them and filter at the very worst.
Well, and they use prep counters now actually at the level 3.
Striking Illuminance, all that kind of stuff. I mean, like it's really good against them because, dude, imagine you're a Fire Luxem player and your opponent goes, "Hey, Topsy Decree, that gentle that you used, also discard a card," and then once you go to level 1, I'm gonna remove your prep counter and stop you from doing your plan. And so now like they might not even be able to like level up. Like it's pretty darn good.
Is there any deck you wanted to?
Sorry, I've been talking a lot. I'll let you guys talk.
No, you're chilling. I'm vibing today. I'll tell you what. I'm very tired, so I'm like it. There's a couple decks that surprised me, pleasantly, I should say. Fire Aggro Suzaku making its return.
It was funny because we talked. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You could jump right in if you got stuff to say.
We were talking to a friend that plays a lot of KFC. And hasn't really been paying attention to PTM. And I was like, I think Fire Aggro still could be good. And they were like, no, Fire Aggro's dead. Like there's no way. They listed their Suzaku CSR for sale actually in Merlin's. And then, 2 days later, Manila happens. So I'm like, hey, KFC finished 2nd in day 1 Swiss. And then it got pretty high. It got top 8, right?
Top 8.
It got top 8.
It got 4th place.
Like crazy high for the start of a new event. So it was just funny to see that. Yeah, I think Fire Aggro is in a good spot because of how much level 3 decks there are, and a lot of them don't heal until they are level 3. There's a lot of decks I think right now that are like the Fire level 3 decks that don't really have a way to stop aggro.
Yeah.
Before they hit 3. Once they hit 3, it could be game over for the aggro deck. But I think Fire Aggro's in a scary spot pre-level 3 right now.
Yeah, those decks are fast, very fast. I think that's one thing that we're starting to notice more than ever is that the Fire decks have, most of them can kill turn 2.
Yep.
Turn 3 pretty consistently, and they also have access, all of them have access to so much anti-heal, anti-recover.
Anti-recover.
Yeah,
yep. So there's
anti-recover.
There's Infernal Vessel, which is like
oh my gosh, the card.
Crazy.
The card's wild.
And then there's obviously Fire Interference. Yeah. Fire Aggro Diana has an Ash Wound shot, which is wild.
For those that might not know, Vessel, so every instance of healing, like I think that some people don't realize that like it completely shuts off Luxem sites.
Yeah.
Like
Luxem site does nothing.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think people like know it's like anti-recovered. Like, yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. But then when you actually like break it down and look at it and the way that decks recover, just like
it completely shuts down Luxem site, which is incredibly relevant, especially with how well it did at the event.
Yeah.
It also shuts down 3 visits, which is probably another reason why Arizona didn't do well, because Topsy Decree is pretty darn good against them, and Fire Aggro has a way to stop. Like, they heal a lot off 3 visits, because you cast it from hand, heal 2. Cast from graveyard, heal 2. Cast it from banishment, heal 2. So you've healed 6 off this card, and that only costs you 1 in hand. That's an amazing tool against aggro. Yeah. And when we saw Aqua play against a Fire Aggro player on Astra, and every time that Infernal Vessel came out, it was a major problem for him.
Yeah.
And so, Infernal Vessel is just crazy, because even Fast Cure, super generic card that's being run by a lot of decks right now. Heal 1, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to matter. Yeah. And that's if you were even able to pull off the Fast Cure against a Fire Aggro deck that goes low influence.
I think that card really wrecks Ari, like you said.
Yeah.
It's the 3 visits.
And it stops their heals from their potion, or from their herbs.
That's what
it shuts off all their heals.
Their Serene Spirit heals for nothing. I mean, it's heals, but not for a lot.
You are literally taking away every heal from Arasana and Luxem.
And that's how they a lot of times stabilize.
Yeah.
So, like, it's Polaris, wipe the board, and start healing so that you don't get pushed.
Xander gets to level 3 and just does a really fast Light Weavers to kill their board and also show a Luxem site or 2 and heal. And because
like a lot of people are playing 3 or 4, uncover the plot so they can burst heal. Like when they hit 3, like right away, boom, hit it, heal.
Now you need to Excalibur or Alcahest in Ari with a level her.
We saw Aqua do that.
What Aqua did. Yeah, it was a cool attack.
I love Alcahest.
Yeah.
Mostly because it says level 4+, and I just go, so cool, I can play an Alan.
Yeah.
Alan doesn't really have anything he needs to hit, but you can do it.
We love Alan.
That's the cards I play in Alan are you can do it in Alan. So we might as well do it. Like the whole thing. When I first played Grand Archive, my first deck I built, I took it to locals. Do you remember that deck?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it.
What?
Tell us.
Oh yeah, it's it was bad. This was must have been FTC. It had to be an FTC. I'm pretty sure it was out then. I did level 1 Sylvian to Alan, and the whole point, I was not going for a win of any sort.
Oh,
the whole
this
point
is the Careful Studies deck.
Was to do Careful Studies.
Yeah. This was like a little bit after you started the game, right?
Yeah, this
was
after
it was like
Houston.
your first deck. Yeah.
Was it after Houston?
I think it was after Houston. Yeah.
It was in Ann Arbor. I remember you played it.
I feel like it was before Houston, but maybe it was after Houston. Anyway,
it was like a 12-person locals though. It was a big locals.
It was you go to level 2 Alan, and then you play any of the things, the Harmony that gives you +2 levels this turn, and you double play that, and then you Careful Studies. That was it.
That was it.
Cool, bro.
It was so
Draw
I could
cards.
I was like, cool, I can plus.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I -3 to get to level 2, and miss the draw off the glimpse from Alan because there's like no harmonies and melodies that you want to play.
Yeah.
And play Careful Studies. But
man, good times.
It was bad.
What a deck.
Oh no, I went level 1 Rye. I definitely went level 1 Rye for the extra counters.
I think you won a game.
I won a game.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know how you won.
And then my opponent, they got really salty because first of all, it's locals, and he just wanted me to concede.
Yeah,
because like I'm not winning. But I honestly, it was so new that I forgot that you can concede.
That's right.
I was like, I forgot it's I never played card games where you can do that kind of stuff. So we're in game 3 because I won one, he won another one. We're in game 3, we're going to time, and I was like, okay, well that's the end of time, and he was so upset.
That deck was wild.
Yeah.
Oh, toxic.
So there you go.
Hold you hostage, Alan.
Yeah. Well, it's his fault. He couldn't kill me on his deck either. So.
That's fair. Yeah, he was playing
Crawl, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing something not. Yeah, I was playing Crawl that event too. Dude, what was up with that?
I don't know.
I think we all
locals.
Yeah. I think we all 3 of us said we're just going to bring only meme decks.
Yeah, I brought Turbo Crawl
because Caven's was playing Wind Allies for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, please, no. Like
I played against Water Merlin, got a turn 3 crawl out on him, and he went, yeah. I don't think I could beat that.
Watermelon?
I was playing against it.
Oh, against Watermelon.
Against Watermelon with Turbo Crawl.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't even know that was possible. And I was like, neither did I. I'm going to tell you, I didn't think that was possible either.
You must have gotten draw 2 off a level 2.
Oh, yeah. Like everything was just like perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like it just lined up exactly how it needed to. Absolutely perfect dungeon guide into song or
him.
Call the Pact?
Call
the Pact and cheated into play.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're in, baby. Let's
Looked
go.
like a tier 1 competitive
Yeah,
deck.
dude. Literally, I was like, wait a sec. I did it. And I went, wait, is this a deck? It's not. I think it was the only game I won.
Is it a deck?
Yeah. Try it.
You know where it is a deck?
London deck? Pantheon.
Yeah.
Crawl, baby.
Crawl.
There's going to be a lot of crawls getting played.
Virtus.
We're going to play big boys. Deck. Just slam
Argus. The All-Seeing Giant.
Yeah, you got to play Tony, I guess, so that you get Neos Elemental too. Just to be the deck that has the most big boys.
But you only play.
Who else has a bunch of big boys?
So Merlin has Incarnate.
Gosh darn it, you're right.
It's Terra though, because
it is
because you get Construct, Virtus, Crawl.
Yeah.
Even Armina gets grow every single turn. Who knows when I get another one?
So you have to play some kind of Terra.
Yeah, because you also get Geldis in there, so you're probably playing Tamer because it
Probably
makes most sense. And then you get also Virtus or not Virtus, Argus, the All-Seeing Giant. Once Radiant comes out, and Lava Soul Tiger, it's a 5/5.
So I guess we're on Sylvie.
Big boys. Silverback Tempest.
Yeah, it's a 6/6.
Yeah.
You could go Guoja. That way you get your
a Fate Stone.
But you don't have Terra. I guess you don't need Terra.
You don't get Terra.
You
get Geldis. You get Eye of Argus. I guess I'm saying Eye. I keep on saying Eye of Argus, and then you can get
All-Seeing Giant, whatever.
Something other that's I don't know something. The Silverbacks are 6/6 that you can attack with probably if you go. Yeah, it's hard. I'll have to see if Radiant has more big boys and then make my decision then.
I feel like they will increase the number for Pantheon of just
I hope
big boys.
I mean, exclusive big boys for Pantheon.
Dude, just start printing them. They're just vanillas that are just big.
Yes.
I want a card.
Please.
You got to fill the deck up with them.
I want a card just named the Pantheon Big Boy.
Yeah.
That's
if I win Worlds.
Yeah.
I don't only want a normal GA card. It's for Pantheon.
You don't want your level 4
Alan.
Yeah.
No.
That
I do.
Merlin.
You know, it'd be really cool. You win with Alan in your deck, right? You get to pick Alan.
Yeah.
And they don't let you do level 3 because there's one going to come out.
Yeah.
But that's how we find out.
No, they let me do level 4 when we don't have a level 3 yet.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like, yeah, you can do an Alan, but it's got to be level 4. And you're like, how do I get to it?
Don't worry about it.
Don't think about it too hard.
I'll get one of those like
the Solidar look. Yeah. Gosh. Yeah.
Or they'll be like, Alan does not get level 3 or level 4, but like at level 2 Alan, you get a special big boy card that you can play.
Yeah.
That's just like if you're Alan level 2, if your Alan is a CSR, because they always make it memey.
Yeah.
Then you can play.
Yeah.
I got it. If you have
and
Alan and Geldis on the field, they fuse.
Oh shoot!
Fusion summon, dude. Synchro summon.
I was thinking, Geldis becomes a specialized champ. Like it's literally the exact same wording that
Triska has,
and it's a special relic or divine relic. It's a special divine relic that you can play in your deck.
Wow, brutal.
Yeah,
so good.
Jumping back,
become a 5/9 champion. It's so bad.
You're like swinging. They're like, yeah, kill you. And you're like, yeah, you got it, man. I pulled it off though.
All right, jumping back to PTM.
Oh yeah.
So
wait, this wasn't PTM.
Manila was honestly almost exactly how you expect the first Ascent of a format to go. PTM did not come out very, very long ago. And we saw a lot of just old good decks. You know, no new Merlin, no new Alice. Even the new CL variants didn't really do very well. I guess they were basically an old deck.
New Aetherwing, Fire Aetherwing.
That's true. Yeah,
you get to see that. I mean, Fire Aetherwing was, I think, something people experimented with. Felt very fragile in the meta where people were literally running like 3 or 4 reduced Ash for Sensor. So it was like, all right, well, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And then we got a lot more and a lot better Aetherwing stuff in PTM. For aggro.
Whatchamacallit? Fire Luxem doesn't really play reduce. They don't need to. Yeah. And then Fire Sails, some of them do, but frankly, Fire Sails kind of not doing that well. So I do think Fire Aggro Aetherwings is pretty decent because water's just nowhere. How could you with Tristan and Siryu being the best decks? But so we saw Siryu was the best deck in format last format before PTM. And then arguably Razor Gale was, but Siryu was one of the top titans of last format. And we saw it continue on with this one. We did not see any Razor Gale, which won 2 Ascents last season.
Did no one play it?
I don't know if anyone played it. It did not get any day 2 placements.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone played it.
So there is an issue with Razor Gale, which was
there's 3.
Oh, nice.
Good.
You found
one of the issues with Razor Gale is that there are so many other wind decks right now, and a lot of them are continuing to play Scatter Essence. And I have to imagine that was because Razor Gale did do so well in the past. So if a Razor Gale did show up to Toronto and played against these wind decks, it was getting Scatter Essence. A lot of the wind decks had 3 Scatter Essence in the side. Maybe they might start cutting those for cards like Stolen Chance to have a better Tristan matchup because Siryu wants a better Tristan matchup and Tristan wants a better mirror match. So maybe that sees a shift and Razor Gale comes back a little bit. But
best Razor Gale deck was a Kongming and it went 4-4-1.
Yeah, Razor Gale has some other issues outside of people just targeting it right now because it did so well last format. And one of them is Infernal Vessel.
And people are still running Scatter Essence in the side.
That's
lots.
What I just
did you
talked
say
about
that?
for about 5 minutes.
I was looking for a Razor Gale list.
Yeah, you're good. It's just weird because it did so well last format. So I think people are memory locked and want to play those Scatter Essences. It doesn't do well here. And Tristan did really well. So are Stolen Chains is going to replace those, and then that makes Razor Gale better. But the issues are Infernal Vessel because Razor Gale does rely on that 3 visits heal.
Yeah.
And there was something else too, like Topsy Decree, kind of, not really.
Spellshroud's kind of funny. But
yeah. It's kind of got that like Veiling Breeze problem where like even Veiling wasn't that good against Razor Gale.
I mean, you can, if they're trying to Cyclical Breeze back from graveyard, you can eat that.
Yeah,
those
that's
things.
true. Yeah, that's true.
If you got to target with Cyclical.
Yeah.
So
you get to choose literally what they're going to.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
So if you do destroy one of their Phantasias and then you Topsy Decree when they play a Cyclical to go for it, that's pretty much game.
Yeah, the game ends on the spot.
They also can't Veiling Loop as easily.
Yeah.
You also just have... the other reason that I think Razor Gale probably isn't doing it very well is because Luxem's really high up in the format, which has in caps to slow you down a little bit, and then also gets to level 3 and just goes heal, and CL. You get to level 3, you go Umbracite, blah, 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 and do like an Abnegation for 10 and then an Abnegation for 10. That's pretty hard for Razor Gale to push through. So we are seeing more like massive heal decks, which is just tricky for Razor Gale because Razor Gale has a lot of damage and a good amount of burst. But once you use your Tempest, you don't really keep up with a lot of damage after that. And so if you use Tempest and your opponent fast speeds Abnegation and heals a bit and stuff and just kind of stabilizes, I think it's really hard for Razor Gale to come out. So it'll be curious to see if Razor Gale does well at London or just in general in the future, or if just how the game has developed has kind of kicked Razor Gale out a little bit.
I think the other thing too that we didn't see as much of, but a lot of these level 3 decks are siding it, especially Luxem, is Tri-Castle. And Tri-Castle literally just turns Razor Gale off.
Yeah.
They can't get out of it.
Yeah.
They pitch a Rictus.
If they play Rictus,
Oh man, yeah.
they literally can't get out.
If they're on Kong Ming, they have like Rictus and Cloud Striker.
Yeah, Cloud Striker.
Yeah.
Which are good cards.
Well, the Rictus builds, they don't play Cloud Striker, they play Ascent.
At least this one was running Cloud
was
Striker.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because
so you're still talking about a very small amount of cards in their deck that can even allow them to play the game. And if they even have that, they have to -1, which
for a turn. Only for a turn.
Which Razor Gale needs their influence.
Yeah.
You know, like, and yeah, that's another good point is that Razor Gale often wants to play some cards on their turn and some cards on their opponent's turn. And so that's tricky too.
Yeah. Tri-Castle.
Tri-Castle was a sneaky card.
It was, but I feel like it sounds like the community thought they would see even more of it. When I was looking at the chat, I think people thought it was going to be like every single level 3 deck was going to have Tri-Castles in it.
Yeah.
And some did, but others did not.
I think people thought that it's like one of the best cards against fire aggro because you just like stabilize.
Yeah.
Right? You get to 3 and you slam that and they go, oh, okay, now I can't kill you.
Yeah.
And they have to sit there and hope to draw a norm card that they may or may not have in their deck, depending on the list, right?
Many of them don't.
Yeah. So I think that was like the thought process behind it. Granted, if people were trying that, they didn't do as well as they thought they would with that plan.
Well, and people might have just underestimated how much fire aggro would be at the event because there was a surprising amount.
Oh,
and so we might see more Tri-Castle for Boston potentially, or just going like in the meta in the future. Yeah.
It's good. The card's good. There's a lot. There's so much cool like random effects like that right now that are like making it hard for people to play the game if they are able to like lock down a certain position.
It's probably important for Luxem to play Tri-Castle, right? Because
they were the ones that were siding it.
Infernal Vessel hurts them so much. They just need to get to Tri-Castle and buy some turns to kill them. Yeah. Or find an Excalibur to
blow it up.
And
start healing.
Yeah.
I think that's the thought process.
I think it's pretty cool in Norm Rye.
Oh, very cool in Norm Rye.
Because you can go Tri-Castle, Turbo level 3 Tri-Castle, right? Then you use all your 30 plus arcane cards if you need to.
You can, like, careful study or scry this, guys, but you're probably you can.
You have to discard, but the fun thing
banish.
Is what?
It's banish.
Or banish, yeah. Is it banish?
It is banish.
Cool. You just banish an arcane card.
Yeah, and get a level.
And then use your careful studies that turn, and then go crazy.
True.
I think it's really neat. I don't know. It makes me want to build Rye differently. Like it makes me want to try to do like a stupid like Mana Weaver. Because I always want to make Mana Weaver work every single time. It's not going to happen, but I always want to make it work. And who knows? Maybe with Tri-Cast I can attempt it.
But it'll be interesting to see where the meta goes. You know, like some old Titans did well, some didn't, like Razor Gale. But I think these were some of the obvious decks, right? And we've talked about this many times on podcasts, is Fire Aggro is always great at the start of the meta because people don't have refined deck lists, and then old Titans are usually pretty good too. And it's basically exactly what happened with this tournament. So I don't think anyone was like super surprised by the results, but I also think that a lot of people have been saying like it seems like the format's figured out and such. And I strongly disagree with that.
So early on.
The amount of decks that I have built for PTM in already like a 2-week period, 1.5 week period since I started like testing 8 hours a day has been really high, and many of them have surprised me by how playable there are.
I've only built one deck, but it's because there's so many decks I want to build that I'm just like I gotta just focus on one and just try to test it, and then
and plus you've been my testing dummy for me to throw a lot of my ideas against, which I mean a lot of them have felt surprisingly good.
It's actually funny because there's several of them I realized we played and we're like, this feels bad against one of the top decks like Syria or something like that, right? So like we'll probably just won't keep testing it. But honestly, because in this game, not like there was 12 day 2 Sirius, but there's also 60 or how many players are day 2? 60 more like
50-ish,
I think.
Okay, so about 60 players ish, and it's like. Day 1 there was less of that percentage, right? Like obviously, so it's like even if it has a bad Syria matchup, it wasn't the only deck that was there. There was so many other decks that made day 2, and so it's like you still can't just disregard a deck that is like loses to even a popular meta deck because people aren't playing. Not everyone's playing the most popular decks. Like if everyone was playing the most popular decks, it'd probably be Tristan, Syrio, and
meta changes.
Yeah, meta changes.
You know,
and because of that.
I think we might already see less Seiryu at London just because Tristan did win, and Tristan is so popular, and Tristan is a hard deck for Seiryu.
Also, Europe has a lot of Tristan players.
Europe does have a lot of Tristan players. So, well, we had the famous Tristan player top 8 at Manila.
Yeah, Asana. Asana top 8.
So that was.
It looked a little different.
Yeah,
he's got a new look.
Yeah,
new year, new me.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. It had to be. He looked great.
He's got a ring on his finger now too.
Oh,
on his pinky finger.
Oh, fair.
Asana didn't wear that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone else did.
I don't know. Austin is slowly showing that he's the GOAT. That's all I got to say. Congrats to our friend Hanky. He lost round 1
on stream to Genbu.
Then proceeded to just shred. Right.
He lost a game as well because he didn't think about his opponent fast milling a card on his turn, and so he paid for the reserve cost of something with a Dream Fairy, and his opponent fast speed milled, flipped Genbu because he got another counter and was able to stop his attack.
Yeah.
But if he had just paid for the card differently, he would have won that game. Like he would have won the game on the spot.
Yeah.
It's a hard line to see. I'm not like faulting him for it.
I don't know. Won the game.
I think he would have. I think he had enough to kill him next turn.
Oh, because he full prepped a slice and dice, and it was in response to activation of it, do all that to flip Genbu so that Genbu would take the hit
to the second hit.
Or
right.
It was
activation. Yeah. So he has to target. So maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but
I don't know. I just remember watching that game and feeling like Heinke was at the very least like almost guaranteed.
It would have been much harder because then he could have followed up with a Dream Fairy, but he was already mid-attack at least.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't have won that turn. That's not what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was just saying, he would have been able to get rid of the Genbu, and then I think like he had a sensor out that wasn't getting dealt with or something that like the Genbu player didn't have another like win con ready to go for turns. So it was unfortunate, but that was a hard line to see. Shout out to the Genbu player for playing pretty well.
Game, I think. Genbu looked great in round 1.
And then just disappeared.
Yeah, it just disappeared. But
there were several close to day 2ing. I think there were several 1 win off.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Love to see it. I hope we start seeing more water. It's a very hard meta for water right now.
Yes.
So like unban Lost in Thought.
Generic
unban Iceborne. Icebound.
Here's what I'll say.
IBS.
The crazy thing is, I don't know if unbanning Lost in Thought would actually make
help
water enough.
Yeah, you probably bring it back. Let's try it.
Icebound Slam would be
I think it would, because people would go, you go put 2 float in the drop, and you go, top secret, Lost in Thought for 2 and take those cards.
Well, but that's the thing is, if you're imbuing Topsy, you can still rip a card from their hand or memory and then banish the Lost in Thought and whatever card they discard. So even if they discard a floating, you're still neg 2.
Well, no. Because they go Topsy Decree, choose the targets in the graveyard.
You don't choose when you activate Topsy Decree. That's why you can rip a card from their.
You do choose. You don't target.
Yeah. You choose their graveyard. Yeah. So Lost in Thought would be good still, but you would still hit them for value.
What I was getting at though was I think people need to think about water differently.
Yeah.
Because now we have so many cards that you don't need to go self mill. Yeah. You can go Unmake Duality on your Looking Glass. You can go Return to the Archive, and not have to go full in on the let's mill myself. And I put up 20, 30 plus floating memory cards in my deck, and then start milling. It's like you can actually go for a more standard route to get to level 3 and then do something about that.
And this might be one of those decks that we see at London or post London. Yeah. Once people have a little bit more time to experiment with the meta, because I think Unmake Duality, everyone's first thought was fire, right? Like it just makes sense.
You can discard enough Creative Shock. Yeah.
Also, I changed my mind about Lost in Thought because Lost in Thought's a really good answer to Purable or Thurible. Purable.
Purable
is a good name
works,
for it.
Yeah.
I changed.
It's not any shorter than Thurible. It's the same.
Purable.
Same syllables and
Purable, durable.
No. I mean, okay. Lost in Thought would still be broken. I'm not.
Yeah.
Bring it back. I want it back.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it being broken. Bring water back. Make water great again.
It was the first season after. Excuse me.
Also, it would probably. Lost in Thought was a tricky ban because it had a top 100 CPR. And so unbanning it would be like a little tricky now because like...
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
Get your... No, stop. This is not financial advice. Do not listen to me. I'm trolling you. Do not buy Lost in Thought top 100 from us.
But it could get unbanned.
I mean, you can
wait,
you can play
Pantheon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yo,
play your CPRs in Pantheon.
$1. That is my buying price.
Man, now I have to buy a Lost in Thought CPR for Pantheon if I want to go max rarity CL.
Max rarity CL Pantheon, dude.
Sounds awful.
We gotta. I want more ways. I hope that they give us more options to play multiple elements in Pantheon.
Does Cleave hit everything on the board?
Nope. It's target opponent.
Yeah.
Dang, I was like Carter.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Crazy.
You're just like Cleave.
But
Cleave heal 12.
Yeah.
There's several cards that do hit the board that we haven't seen playing like at all because
Purge and Flames.
I think Purge and Flames does. Frozen Nova does.
I know Frozen Nova does.
Let me double check on Purge and Flames. I'm pretty sure it does.
Things that just hit all.
They just hit different.
Yeah.
They just hit diff.
Comet Fall.
Comet Fall.
Deal 2 damage to all units except for your champion.
Yeah.
Yep. So Purge and Flames would work. I think Baleful works. I think I looked at that.
Yeah, Baleful does work. Yeah.
So you can just kill everyone.
There's quite a few. Oh, wow. Yeah, wait, hold up. I am going to have to build a max ready seal deck with my one Baleful and one Advent.
But hey, you can also play Abyss.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Planar Abyss. It's a 12 at least.
Sure, yeah. I'm going to build a Pantheon CL deck that does absolutely nothing except for defend myself a little bit and filter. And I'm just going to be like, I'm not the threat. I'm not the threat. I'm not the threat. I'm not the threat. Bam.
Yeah. Everyone's dead.
There's a card I was looking at. I was like, oh, sick. It's a group hug card. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Increasing Danger. And the new one.
Sparklink and Devious Welcome.
Devious Welcome was that one.
Each player draws a card and you name spell or unit, I think. And then if they don't play that type, they discard a card.
Yeah.
So
sick.
It replaces itself for you, and it gives your opponent a possible +1. It's Norm, yeah.
Man, can you imagine if that card was fire? How nuts it would be. Like early aggro, you just go against the bat, like a level 3 deck, you go, ally, go. Love that, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Drawn cards.
I'm looking at cards that say each player.
They dungeon guide to 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. We got overlapping visage.
Yeah,
each player sacrifices an ally.
That's fun. I think that card's cool in Pantheon.
Dude, I love Edict Effects.
There's that one. Oh, that's right. Duality's Convergence, the Crux card. Each player summons a token copy of each Distortion Regalia they control. Or sorry. So a token copy of each non-Distortion Regalia they control. These copies each become a distortion in addition to their other types.
So you copy all of the non-distortion.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the cost.
Right.
Wow, that card's sick.
It's Crux. It's a 5-cost Crux. Merlin bonus costs 2 less. I was I'm just gonna make a Majestic Spirit again because it's Regalia and it's not unique.
You could have 5 Majestic Spirits on board if you play 4 of those.
In Pantheon.
Oh, yeah. In Pantheon. Yeah.
This is not Pantheon. This is our new deck for London.
Yeah.
Speaking of London, it's right around the corner.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. We've been testing a lot.
Gloamspire. That was the card I saw. I was like, that's
really
a
cool
one.
Gloamspire is super cool.
Yeah, we just built Fire Group Hug. It's gonna be fun. I'm in.
4 decks of Fire Group
with Regals.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, everyone just draw some cards. I'm just here to be a good guy, you know. And then, Regal. Oh, one Regal that targets a player.
Yeah.
You pick your least favorite in the group. You know.
You weren't nice to me. You're getting regaled.
Yeah.
No, you show it all the whole match. You go, hey.
Yeah. You say everyone keep drawing cards. Whoever hits me first, decks out.
You Umbral Tithe too.
Yo, maybe Mill.
Each player, because there's a domain that at the beginning of everyone's rec you'd mill a card.
Yeah.
Sick.
That would be fun.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there.
In a 1-card format where you like mill their dungeon guy, they're like, no. You mill their Baleful.
Yeah.
Rip.
Well, that's fine. You can make it an Omen and then swap it out with an Advent from hand.
True.
Easy.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad that we're getting to actually see competitive. Not that what you guys are talking about isn't competitive, but I'm just glad that we've got competitive Grand Archive back in 2026.
It feels like it's in such a good spot. I've been having a absolute blast.
Yeah.
I'm still upset about Siriu. Don't like that deck. But outside of just that,
you can thank for Siriu. Thanks, Weave to the Shore. And also thanks, Weave to the Shore, for sponsoring this video.
Thanks for sponsoring. Yeah.
Weave to the Shore, please. Let's ban.
Don't ban.
Azurite Fate
It's
Stone.
great.
Azurite Fate
and Suzaku and Gembu, and just leave. My boy Byaku.
That's fine. Byaku can stay.
Yeah.
No, but
if they just ban level 1 Guoja, all those decks are no longer any
That's
good.
true.
Yeah. I have really been enjoying GA though. It's been a very, very, very fun time coming back and starting to grind really hard again and getting to deck build so much like viable stuff. It was really cool because of cards like Lost Providence and Unmake Duality and like I'm sure others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Return to Archives. There's a lot of decks that just actually feel viable now because there are a lot of strategies in Grand Archive that are very strong, but they just didn't have good value engines. And now we have more generic value engines that still have interaction. You can still in-cap and Unmake Duality, which they sack their Divine Relic as part of cost. You can still Topsy Decree, a Return to Archives, all this kind of stuff, right? Also, the rule change in Gentle Respite, making it like more generic for a lot of people as well. So just like it just feels like there's more generic engines that can facilitate these really cool decks that haven't been able to do much before. And so I'm excited to see what the future of the game looks like from this set, because I think that this set wasn't just here's some Ciel and Diana cards like most supporting sets usually are. They're like, here's some support for the stuff that we just released in our last main set. Here's a couple of unique cards for some other classes or decks or whatever. This set felt more of here's some cards to play the game. And then also here's Few Awakening. But so yeah, I think that there's going to be a big shift one day in what decks that we see. I think that this set did unlock a lot of decks, and that has felt true to my deck building so far. There's definitely one deck that I'm like gonna keep a little bit in my back pocket. I'm pretty excited about it, and I think that will continue to happen. I think a lot of people, once they start building more and more with this set, are going to find, this is really strong. It's a strategy that no one knows how to play against, so that's always a huge bonus, and it like counters one of the better decks in the format because they don't even know that this strategy exists or is good or whatever. So I think London is still probably too early to see some like really off the wall stuff, but maybe we do start seeing water Unmake Duality decks and stuff like that, right? Like maybe we start to see a little bit more of branching out. I think CL lists need more refining. A lot of the CL list at Manila looked like fairly basic. Which is fair. Again, Manila was really early. Like they looked similar to a list that I would probably bring if I was going to Manila. So I'm not trying to hate on the CL players. And obviously CL faced a lot of problems that I talked about already, so I won't repeat myself. But I think CL could see a little bit more innovating. I think like Water Kong Ming, for example. I think like Water Kong Ming's maybe a real deck. Water Dao Chen could be a real deck. These are decks that have seen success at the local level, but have consistency issues, have other issues that I think this set is bringing.
You can now consistently get that crawl out on turn 3 pretty often.
But but there's a lot of decks that before didn't really care about the Divine Relic. They didn't really have a huge payoff to play Looking Glass. They didn't really need the GCR for a draw because once they got to 3, they had draws and stuff. They needed something to help them get to 3. And that's what Unmake and Looking Glass do. Or there are some decks that, just didn't really use a Divine Relic before, didn't have the time to materialize it. So now, and don't need a way to get to level 3, but now you just get an extra card once you're at level 3 with Lost Providence and helps you get the momentum that you needed to play all of your stuff. Because, Water Dao Chen, Water Kong Ming are decks that have seen good success at a local level, but not at a big level because they're just a little bit too slow and couldn't get there against the meta decks. But now, maybe you do. I mean, to be fair, Seer also just got faster because they can abuse Lost Providence like crazy as well. So, but I do think that I think that this set is actually kind of a key set in Grand Archive. I think that not a lot of people are talking about that, but I think that this set actually is really big for GA, and I think it's going to really change how this game plays.
Yeah. Oh, geez, almost took myself out. So everything that we just talked about, all of that being said, minus the Pantheon stuff and the fake cards. But when it comes to competitive,
including Alan though.
Actually, you know what? Include Alan, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Just Alan. What deck, if you had to pick one deck, do you guys think is a front runner moving forward currently in the meta? Not that it won't get
like for London.
Let's say for London specifically. Tristan and Sirio. You think those are the two front runners?
I was gonna do one outside of 100% those two.
Yeah,
definitely those.
I think those are the bullies of the format. If you're going to London,
you got to be able to play against
or a regionals or whatever. You should have a game plan for these decks.
Yeah. Outside of those two decks,
I think that
it's hard.
So one that I was very interested to see, and that I was a little surprised, but then the more you think about it, it makes sense, was Water Aetherwing Diana, which that's exactly like you said, they don't play the same floating memory game that a normal Water deck does.
Yeah, true.
They like put a lot of pressure on. They do have floating memory, and they do abuse it a lot. Yeah. So, like, if it gets turned off, it's bad. But they can deal with Censor pretty easily.
But they're an aggro floating memory deck.
Exactly.
So if you take time for Censor and Thurible,
they're gonna kill you.
Might just die.
You're going to lose the Ranger Strides.
And usually they're not on, people are, like you were talking about earlier, they're not on Censor, they're on Censor, they're on Censor, they're not on Nullifying Lantern.
Yeah.
Nullifying Lantern is how you turn off 6 damage from Carpson Coda.
Yeah. Turns out those hurt.
Yeah.
And those add up quick.
Yeah.
So I think that deck is very good.
Yeah.
But I think Topsy inadvertently hated that deck pretty hard.
Yeah, sure.
So like when they're playing against these Topsy decks and they're trying to play Carpson Coda, they're trying to utilize floating, they're trying to put
Weaving Mana Stream.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're just like, nope, eat that.
Yeah.
And like the amount of value they're losing, they play an Archer, they play a Frostborn, you go, eat the floating.
Yeah.
I'm going to say still, because it was not very represented at this tournament, which is Wind Wake Up.
Yeah, I think
where did that deck go?
One got 9th.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. One, and it was the bubble. It actually bubbled.
Yeah, it bubbled.
It was an X3 that bubbled.
30-point bubble.
Jeez.
Brutal.
It's horrible. That's so that feels so bad. There was not many actual Wind Wake Up players. I think it showed me here how many there were. Yeah, there was 4 decks.
Wow.
So one making 9th is pretty good.
And there was 2 more in top 8 in day 2. Sorry,
was there really?
I thought there was only one.
No, Korax for sure.
There's 2 Wake Up.
There was 2 in day 2.
So it had a 50% conversion rate.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wind Wake Up. That's a great.
It's a scary
for what to expect at London.
Yeah.
And I think you also have to be prepared for every flavor of fire aggro. I don't think that deck's going anywhere.
Yep.
People thought that it might not. With the new cards that were created in this last set, they thought fire aggro might get hit pretty hard. Specifically, like assassin fire aggro.
Yeah.
Due to all the low damage below 3 from Calming Breeze.
Yeah.
But we are seeing multiple fire aggro decks that are attacking at that level. Fire aggro Merlin got 19th at 9-4. It missed top by 1 match, right? So like the deck's still there. Wind, I think, is definitely the front runner. If you had to pick an element, I think Wind is the most powerful right now.
Well,
pound for pound.
And I think Wind Wake Up has a better Tristan and Siri matchup compared to Fire aggro decks, which is the bullies of the format.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be, it's tough because Wind Wake Up it's very fast, right? And the way that it attacks is very unique. But like Fire aggro can kind of just run them over and like kill you on turn 2, even going second, unless you have the like actual protection, because they'll just go, cool, yeah, you're gonna go Ranger Strides next turn and kill me. I'm just gonna kill you instead. Oh. So I think that it probably it's beating up on the level 3 decks.
It's aggro v aggro.
Yeah,
it's
always aggro v aggro, right? I just think that even with like Fire aggro has probably the best chance at fighting Wind Wake Up of the top decks that we were seeing. I think that they race each other pretty well. I think Fire aggro, with how fast it is, especially like Diana, things like that, as long as they don't have ways to stop you.
I think if
Diana actually has a hard time because they have Purse.
Well, I was gonna say
Purse pretty good against Diana.
Purse is good, yeah.
Fight or Water Diana against it because they have Tactical Retreat.
Yeah.
So they go all in the combo, and you're like, stop it.
Yeah. That's where like Water is gonna like hopefully. I mean, we're not seeing any, but
Song of Frost and like
dude, access all that stuff. Like, we'll see what happens.
Kongming has one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that can happen in this meta's development because fire turbo or fire level 3 decks were very prominent at Manila.
Yeah.
Realistically, kind of got blown out by like Tristan and Siryu. Like there were a lot of good players on Fire Luxem Xander.
Shout out to my boy Fugitive.
Yeah.
Getting top 8.
Yeah. But like there were a lot of Fire Luxem Xander players that didn't make it. There were a lot of Fire Sail players that didn't make it.
Yeah.
Made day 2 or whatever. But once you got to day 2, fizzled out. And that feels like it's going to keep being the theme for the format right now. If you play a Fire level 3 deck, you're going to do very well. But I think once you hit top tables, it starts to get a lot harder. And so if those fizzle out and start going away, then Fire aggro becomes worse because those were some of its good matchups, especially with Infernal Vessel.
Yeah.
So there's just a whole... the format is not figured out.
No,
there's a lot of moving pieces still, and I think there's so much creativity that is just waiting to be unlocked right now. So
hopefully we see some of it at the Red Stitch Playmat event this weekend that we're hosting.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out today. I think like we've pretty much hit everything that we want to today. Next week, hopefully we have some new decks to talk about from the Red Stitch event and anything else that's happening this next weekend. If you want more ways to support the show other than liking, subscribing, and doing all the normal YouTube stuff here, you should check out our Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
John and Dave.
Yeah, see, we're getting better at that.
Yeah. I wasn't sure you were going to let me this time.
This time I was letting you. That's why I put the hand up. So thank you guys so much. We've really enjoyed ourselves. Oh, you got something you want to add?
Core TCG. Don't forget to use. I just personally did like a $400 order from them this morning. So
let's go.
True 10.
Use code True10. You know, a lot of goodies on there.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys again. And do you want to walk us out?
Yes. Thank you so much for watching the Team True podcast, hosted by Team True. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.